How's it feel to be 1-0?
Feels fantastic. I'm so excited for our players, our program, this city. We've invested so much into just being attention to detail. To come to this moment and to be victorious is certainly gratifying.
Coach, what about Dalton Sturm? I mean, talk about coolly efficient. He kind of fit that today, didn't he?
Yeah, I tell you, when you go 20 or 25 for 274 yards, that's pretty impressive. And rush for another 100 plus yards. That type of output will put us in position to achieve victory on many games, in spite of the unfortunate turnovers we had collectively as an offense and special teams.
Have an update on Jarvian?
Yeah, ankle sprain. Ankle sprain will be day to day. We'll gauge him tomorrow. We started treatment right now. As soon as we got off the field, got to check it out. So it doesn't look like a ligament or anything broken. It's just an ankle sprain. So it'll be day to day progress.
Let's go to the middle here, Tim.
Frank, as far as letting Dalton know about the start today, when did you make the call? When was the decision made in your mind, and how did both those guys take it?
I met with both of them this morning for breakfast. Right after breakfast, or after breakfast, should I say. I sat down with them and shared with them the decision was made based on how they had been performing throughout the duration of camp and what was best for the team, who gave us the best opportunity to win the game, and share with both he and Jared the rotation, and wanted to be transparent with them. And sometimes, you may want to meet with one at one point and then the other, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be honest with them. I wanted to be upfront with them and allow them to know my thought process, our thought process going into the game. And so they handled it well, and so we went with it.
How tough was that decision?
It was tough. It was very difficult because both young men put so much work in it. At the end of the day, Dalton had a slight lead, and we just felt the game plan that we set forth was most sufficient with him leading us at the beginning of the game, and it proved to be right.
Coach, when you look at the rotation with the quarterbacks, is that something that you plan before the game or something that happens during the game?
No, we shared. I told him before the game that we would let Dalton go the first two series because he had earned the right to be the starter. We'd get Jared in on the third series and then go back with Jordan again. Back with Dalton again to get him in some type of rhythm. I didn't want to go every series, or whatever. Just wanted to try to establish some rhythm, and let's see where we were at. And at that point, Dalton had got in the groove, and we continued to play him.
All the way to the far right.
Coach, the very first touchdown, 9 seconds into the season, that took a lot of pressure off of you.
Yeah, you know what? We told the team if we win the toss, we were kicking the ball off, and we were going to kick the ball off, and we were going to run down the field as if we were on I-10. And the analogy we used was that if you get in an accident on I-10, it's a high-speed collision, and someone's going to get hurt. If you get in an accident on UTSA Boulevard, it's a little different. And so we were on I-10. And so our intention was to go down there and try to knock the ball loose and set the tone for our season. It's the first play of the 2016 season for us. And we knew that if they won the toss, they would decide to return the ball. And that's exactly played out the way we thought it would. And we were fortunate that it turned out exactly the way we kind of asked them to visualize it happening.
Coach Jerry Briggs, wanted to ask Josiah Ava seemed to be everywhere. What did you think of his performance? And can you talk about some of the other? He was mesmerizing. You watched him on almost every play, but there were some other players that stood out as well.
Yeah, when as we were going through training camp and leading into the last 2 weeks of the game, we talked about our linebacker core and how the improvement and leaps and bounds we had taken since January and from last season. And you look at our top three tacklers in today's game, they were all linebackers, Josiah leading with 13 tackles. So we thought they were one of the groups or units in this conference that was fast, that was tenacious, and that knew what they were doing. And one of the strengths of our defense, I thought those guys played extremely well. I thought Josiah was lights out as well.
Coach, after halftime, you guys seemed to make a concerted effort to go downfield in that one drive right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Did you just decide to turn Coach Selfo loose there?
We wanted to take advantage of what the defense was giving us, and so what they did, they started rolling their corners over or safeties down in a box to stop our run game because we moved it fairly effective in the first half. And once they started putting the 8th man in a box to deny us the running, we were able to take some shots downfield. You know, unfortunately, a couple of them were called back, but at least we were able to get them on their heels and let them know that we were willing to do so and complete some balls downfield.
Coach, how would you characterize this game and the 3 turnovers, 4 turnovers, and some of the penalties? Would you say it was a clean game?
How about that question? How about the 4 turnovers, the penalties? It was a clean game. I think it was a first game. Unfortunately, like the National Football League, we don't have preseason games for trial and error. So it's live the very first time it happens. And so the thing I told our team this post game was, be excited, man. We just won a game. They're hard to come by. There are teams that are in Power 5 schools in this country that lost to FCS schools. There are teams that hung on by the skin of their tooth. And so we were able to claim victory, and they're hard to come by every Saturday. You only get 12 of them. And so we'll take it how we can get it. And then on Sunday, we'll deal with the rest, and we'll build on it. But tonight, we're celebrating. We're excited about this victory. This team achieved something tonight, and they found a way to win in spite of the 4 turnovers and at times played not the way that we had practiced and hoped it to be. But I'm extremely proud of our young men and their effort, this coaching staff, the support from our fans in the stands in this city for this victory. So we won't relish on those things that were not in our favor tonight. Sunday's about the truth, so we'll deal with it Sunday when we get to the meeting. But tonight we're celebrating.
We'll take 2 more. David.
Frank, along those lines, David Flores, along those lines, you talked a little bit about it, but just can you take us through the day and just what the whole experience was? You had never coached, you're here for the spring game, but of course the game's very different. And the Spirit Walk, can you just kind of course, your day has not ended. I'm sure you're going to celebrate tonight.
How about that Spirit Walk? Did you see the Spirit Walk?
No, I was here, but I've seen it before. Yeah.
Yeah, it was serious. It was.
What was your impression? I mean, you've been to a lot of different stadiums. You've been at obviously LSU and stuff. What
it was comparable to any other Spirit Walk I've been a part of. I was absolutely blown away. We early in the spring. We did a walkthrough, and we kind of talked about the traditional Spirit Walk that we had taken, and we had input from our administration and had some new ideas, and with the construction happening. And so we tried to curtail it and push us in a direction where our fans can enjoy the team, and the team can enjoy the fans as well. And so we went a new direction today, and it was phenomenal. I mean, it set the tone for the day. As we walk through there and to see our fans, to see our band and pep squats lead us through there with Rowdy and Dr. Romo and Lynn Hickey and the whole crew, it was just phenomenal. And it gave us that the ambiance you look for in a big-time game atmosphere. So I thought it was fantastic. Prior to the game, though, at the hotel, our preparation was business as usual. I thought our team was locked in and focused and lasered in on the things necessary to prepare us to play well today.
One more.